Memorial Day is a time to relax while also remembering those who fought and died for our country so that we can enjoy our freedoms. Wherever you are this holiday, don't forget to take a moment and pause to honor our fallen veterans. A lot of people want to be leaders, but to be worthy of a following, you need more than a talent and a title. The essence of leadership lies in doing two things. Number one, going first. When Joshua was ready to lead the Israelites into the promised land, some of the Israelites had already claimed their land outside of the promised land. But Joshua says in Joshua 1 verses 12 through 15, "But to the Reubenites, the Gadites, and the half-tribe of Manasseh, Joshua said, Remember the command that Moses the servant of the Lord gave you after he said, The Lord your God will give you rest by giving you this land. Your wives, your children, and your livestock may stay in the land that Moses gave you, east of the Jordan. But all your fighting men, ready for battle, must cross over ahead of your fellow Israelites. You are to help them until the Lord gives them rest, as he has done for you, and until they too have taken possession of the land the Lord your God is giving them. After that, you may go back and occupy your own land, which Moses, the servant of the Lord, gave you east of the Jordan toward the sunrise." They are called to lead. And if God calls you or me to lead, we must step out in faith and go first. That requires believing in ourselves and believing in our mission. Accomplishment requires more than just working hard. It requires believing the right thing. Just before Joshua gave these instructions to the tribes of Reuben and Gad and the half-tribe of Manasseh, God spoke to Joshua. Look at verses 6 through 9. "Be strong and courageous, because you will lead these people to inherit the land I swore to their ancestors to give them. Be strong and very courageous. Be careful to obey all the law my servant Moses gave you. Do not turn from it to the right or to the left, that you may be successful wherever you go. Keep this book of the law always on your lips. Meditate on it day and night, so that you may be careful to do everything written in it. Then you will be prosperous and successful. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." What's the message? Be strong and courageous. Why? For the Lord is with you wherever you go. We don't need all the answers up front. Our confidence comes from knowing that God is with us and ahead of us. The second thing we need to be doing is taking others with us. We see that the tribes of Reuben, Gad, and Manasseh were to lead their brothers and help them. As a leader, sometimes you may wonder, how long do I have to keep investing in this person? The answer is, until they also take possession of the land that God is giving them. In other words, keep leading them until the job is done and they get to where they need to be. That takes patience, persistence, and perseverance. Persistence is the ability to keep going, while perseverance is the ability to keep going despite facing difficulties and setbacks. Many people will serve when they are compelled to. Then some will serve in a crisis. But when you have a servant's heart, you initiate service to others. You see a need, you seize the opportunity, and you serve knowing that God will reward you. Psalm 100, verse 2, encourages us to worship the Lord with gladness. Come before him with joyful songs. When we do that, our service becomes our worship. So worship the Lord with gladness. Serve the Lord with gladness. So here's the deal. We only qualify to enjoy the privileges of leadership when we are willing to go first and take others with us. Over 30 years ago, someone in a leadership class asked me to describe myself in one sentence. I said, I am a follower of Jesus Christ who is going to heaven, and I want to take as many people as I can with me. As leaders, we follow Christ and then model his love to all we encounter, that they too may become a follower of Christ. But that's not the end of the story. Joshua said, after that, after your work is done, you may go back and occupy your own land, which Moses the servant of the Lord gave you, east of the Jordan toward the sunrise. Our day to rest is coming. That's a promise. But for now, we've got work to do. Let's lead the way to Jesus. It's Camp Week, and there are 55 of us headed to Real Life Camp at Blue Springs in Marianna, Florida, leaving today. Pray for our leaders, for strength, for patience, for persistence, and for perseverance, and that we will all have opportunities to share our faith this week. Pray for our speaker, J.T. Terry, as he brings the gospel to the students this week. And pray for our students, that their ears, their minds, and their hearts will be open to what God wants to do in their lives this week. We appreciate your prayers. Camp will continue all this week through Friday. Our Primetimers group will have a game day and a potluck barbecue this Friday at noon. Burgers and dogs will be provided, but bring a side dish or a dessert and your favorite game. You can call the church office for more information. And finally, the Scout Spaghetti dinner for Friday evening has been postponed until the fall. We'll keep you posted on a rescheduling date. Have a wonderful Memorial Day and have a great week. And I will see you on Friday with more from the Word for You today.